Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live it. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, really nothing has gone your way. They're off to a 1-4 start. Almost all news is bad news. When it regards the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, of course, in his fully guaranteed contract, it's looked like arguably the worst starting quarterback in the league. Your star player, Myles Garrett, probably needs surgery on both feet. He's trying to wait until the offseason. I mean, even former Browns quarterbacks Baker Mayfield and Joe Flacco are performing way better than Deshaun Watson. Well, you need occasional good news regardless of what franchise you are, and one of the great running backs in the league should be returning next week. So this is via Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com. She wrote an article which you would need a subscription to say Nick Chubb expected to face the Bengals next week. We also see Denzel Ward should be back for today's game against the Eagles. And I've talked ad nauseum about Deshaun Watson. I won't get into that last part. But yes, Nick Chubb, who has been out for more than a full season now. We take a look at his career numbers, and you can understand why Browns fans would have pure excitement to see Chubb back on the field now. 5.3 yards per carry. Very few running backs other than like a Jamal Charles, and maybe a couple of others have averaged more than that for their career. You see 48 touchdowns, 6,511 yards in 6 seasons. Man, this guy, he really had a good chance to get into Canton if not for this latest injury that took more than a year off his career. As I mentioned, he's going to be 29 on December 27th, and going to be difficult for him to reach 10K yards. Also, the rushing touchdowns, 48, just 52 total touchdowns. But you look at that yards per carry, it's almost similar to a Jamal Charles who had injuries and thus is not in Canton, even with his, I think, 5.4 career yards per carry. But still will be great to see Nick Chubb back on the field. Easily one of the best running backs in the league when healthy. And, you don't need many brain cells to fully understand that the Browns need all the offensive help they can get. Jerome Ford, Deontay Foreman haven't necessarily been cutting it for the Browns running game. And we certainly know Deshaun Watson hasn't been cutting it for the passing game. Although, maybe his life becomes a little bit easier when he's got that bell cow back that opposing teams need to focus so much of their defensive attention on. Although, probably a little unrealistic to expect him to immediately reach his prior heights as soon as he comes back. But a big rivalry game next week against the Bengals becomes a little bit bigger with the news that running back Nick Chubb should be back in the lineup for the Browns. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.